In today's video, we're going to be having a conversation about Paradox Rift and how there's already reports of it being short printed and what we can expect to see out of the set overall. But before we jump into it, as always, we do weekly giveaways. All you have to do to enter is leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Jumping into it though, ladies and gentlemen, I have some reports. Whether you're happy about it or not happy about it, some of the product is going to be short printed. So far, it seems to be elite trainer boxes, booster bundles, and potentially sleeved blisters are going to be drastically short printed. So when it comes to the overall supply that we're going to see on the market for these items, it's going to be very, very thin. Now, there is not an exact reasoning behind this as it stands right now. It's just been something that I have been informed of through my connections, but it's something you guys still need to be aware of when it comes to picking up these items. As far as it goes right now, however, booster boxes don't seem as if they're going to be affected by this print, but it would not surprise me if something like this is going to happen. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is causing the Pokemon Company to short print some of the items Paradox Rift? Has it to do with what's going on in the economy? Does it have to do with the overall performance of the Scarlet and Violet era as a whole? Or does it have to do with the fact of the matter that if you look at the traditional set list and the rotations in which they go with the Pokemon sets as a whole from Japan to English, they usually like to combine the Japanese sets into English, and they didn't do that with Obsidian Flames, where this time, I don't know if they've ever done this before, they're going to be combining 3 Japanese sets into one master set with Paradox Rift, which is going to be absolutely insane to see. The next 3 Japanese sets that are to be coming out is going to be Raging Surf, which is going to be coming out this September 22nd, shortly before our 151 set. It's going to be Ancient Roar and Future Flash. Now, Future Flash and Ancient Roar are going to be coming out sometime in October, but they're actually going to be released at the exact same time. Kind of like what we saw with Paldea Evolve with Clay Burst and Snow Hazard. It's just going to be kind of a double feature, and we're going to get all 3 of them in one big giant set. Now, if you've looked at some of the cards in the set, I do think this is going to be extremely hype. We've got Groudon, which is going to be on the cover art. We've got Garchomp. We've got a really cool looking concept art with the new Salamence design. So I think one of the other reasons why it potentially could be getting a short print is if we look at the next set that's actually going to be coming out in Japan, we're going to be getting a high class shiny Scarlet and Violet era set in Japan. It would not surprise me if one of the reasons why this is a set that's going to be short printed is because the Pokemon Company English is going to be focused on throttling the overall print demand for the specific set. It could also be because since 151 is going to be in multiple waves, it is going to get absolutely printed into the ground, and you're not going to see a lot of Paradox because they're just so much more focused on a lot of these other specialty items being reprinted. Another one, for example, is Crown Zenith Elite Trainer boxes, which we're expecting to see a reprint for coming this October. We don't have an exact date yet, but that's kind of the time frame that we're looking for. What's really nice about Crown Zenith ETBs as well is you can actually pick them up right now for around $30 on wholesale by joining our Patreon program. If you want to gain access to wholesale prices for Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and so much more, make sure you check it out. Link is down in the description below. But as far as it goes with Paradox Rift, ladies and gentlemen, I think that you have to really look at what is the overall general feel for what Pokemon is doing right now. They're focusing on reprinting a bunch of Sword and Shield era product, as mentioned in the previous video. They're focusing right now on absolutely pumping the crap out of 151, which we've already gotten numerous reports that is going to be heavily printed, whereas Scarlet and Violet Base and Paldea Evolved didn't really get a large print, except for with Scarlet and Violet, they did have a small amount that was reprinted again after its initial release, but it was reprinted for a specific reason, where it was tied to a bunch of bundles of high demand products such as Lost Origin and Silver Tempest to be able to sell it. So moving Obsidian Flames product, where we've already seen the price of Obsidian Flames booster boxes go down over $10 since the past week to week and a half of its release, and it's just continuing to fall. It would not surprise me if they look at Paradox and say, hey, although we think it could be a potentially amazing set that could perform really well, we want to kind of dial it back with a lot of these specialty items, especially considering we know that the most effective and the most affordable thing for them to massively print is going to be the general booster box, whereas sleeve blisters, booster bundles, elite trainer boxes, yes, although you can find some of these units in big box retailers, they're typically drastically more expensive for them to print. So many more material is required for these items, and it's also going to be more expensive for them to ship to distribution, which still goes into the overall overhead cost of being able to produce this product. So just think about it, ladies and gentlemen. We have 151 for us, which is right around the corner. We just had Obsidian Flames, which is a set release within a month of one another. We have pre-orders right now for back order purchase of Crown Zenith ETBs. We just had a reprint for both Lost Origin and Silver Tempest booster boxes. We have the specialty Charizard EX boxes, which are going to be available sometime in October or November. And we're going to have a special shiny set that's going to follow up Paradox coming several months after. So the amount of product that's going to be printed during this time frame is absolutely insane. And on the top of this, there could potentially be some more reprints that are going to happen within the next couple of months that I don't know about as it stands right now with the recording of this video, but it could quite possibly happen as we've seen continuous booster box reprints starting back with Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance in May, which is still sitting at wholesale on distributor websites. The bundle deals in which they're offering right now to get rid of this product is insane. I've got one distributor in particular that's literally giving away V-Boxes and collector chests just to be able to move Paldea Evolved and Scarlet and Violet base boxes because no one is picking them up, right? And so it seems as if it's a potential smart play that they're looking at Paradox and saying, hey, we have so many other high demand items, specialty sets, high class sets, which we know are going to perform extremely well. Let's print these into the ground and let's take back, look at Paradox and say, is this a set that's going to perform well? Only time is going to tell, and we can kind of pull back on the reins and say, if it does end up performing extremely well, we'll just print more. But in the meantime, it's better to be conservative because distributors are getting absolutely crushed by all this dead product that they're just sitting on, where I predict it's going to be flash sold around the time of Black Friday. I mean, we're already seeing amazing deals being offered right now. If you go take a look at places such as GameStop, you see Walmart, a lot of places that aren't getting bought out by scalpers, which it seems to be still pretty prevalent. They're having rollback deals again, which is kind of crazy to think about. And online retailers are getting extremely competitive when it comes to racing to the bottom. We're definitely in a buyer's market right now. I know a lot of people don't really think of that because we look at the higher demand sets, we look at the higher demand generations, Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, and they're performing extremely well. But I don't think that should be taken away from the fact that as this product gets older and older, it's going to perform well, but in the moment, it's going to be opportunity after opportunity after opportunity that's going to be presented that you want to, of course, always be able to take advantage of. Let's not forget, if you're a fan of Rudy from Alpha Investments, that's how he made most of his name. He basically bought a ton of XY era product, which a lot of people consider to be absolute bricks. He threw it in a bathroom, and then all of a sudden, everything 5, 6, 7, 8x'd, and now he is what he is today. You could see the exact same thing happen with Scarlet and Violet and being able to take advantage of it at cheap prices, kind of like what we saw with Chilling Reign selling for $70, $75 on resale market and people thinking it's bricks. It's just history once again repeating itself over and over again. And you're going to want to make sure that, like Warren Buffett always says, you're fearful when others are greedy and you're greedy when others are fearful. But let me know down in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen, why do you think Paradox items are going to be short printed? Does it have to do with a lot of the amazing sets that are going to get higher prints around it? Does it have to do with reprints, or does it have to do with the general demand of just booster box sets in the Scarlet and Violet generation? Let me know down in the comment section below.